Wow, so I am parked right at the front. All right, so the question this morning is, do I want to take the ferry boat or do I want to take the monorail? And I think today I'm going to switch it up a little. I'm going to take the monorail because there are two running at all times. And they do completely empty out at Magic Kingdom. Shouldn't take too long to go. What?
Welcome aboard the Your highway in the sky to the Magic Kingdom. Please hold on to the handle to grab our
Several reasons.
We are now entering Disney's Contemporary Resort.
No, I don't. Thank you.
All right. Hey everyone, so yesterday was the first day that Tiana's Bayou Adventure opened to the public, June 28th. So that was a Friday, so today's Saturday, second day that it's open to the public. So I'm expecting it to be crowded. The feeling right now, I'm here for rope drop, by the way. I haven't done rope drop at Magic Kingdom since Kumi visited back in January. And we got like here really early for that one. The monorails weren't even running. We had to take the ferry. We had a pretty cold spell here in Florida. I know a lot of people say, oh, Florida cold. Was it? No, it was cold. And you're talking to someone who was stationed at Fort Carson, Colorado and did basic training at Fort Sam Houston, Missouri in the middle of winter. So yeah, it was cold. But today I'm here, 10 minutes to rope drop. And I got the virtual queue for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, group number 6. Never gotten a low number for a virtual queue ever, so that's gonna be fun. So no Starbucks this morning, 'cause I want to get there. So yeah, as soon as rope drops, heading that way and see what changes happen to Splash Mountain. Gonna miss it, but you know, something new, so something different, so it is exciting. All right, so unlike Disneyland, where you have the Adventureland entrance and the Frontierland entrance, there we go.
In just 5 minutes, all of the lands of the Magic Kingdom will be opening. We encourage you to make your way to Cinderella Castle for a very special presentation. Thank you.
As I was saying before I got interrupted, that was cool though. All right, so at Disneyland, the first entrance to the west side is Adventureland, and the second one is Frontierland. Here, you do have Adventureland right there, but in order to get to Frontierland, you have to go through Liberty Square. And that's the entrance right here.
He said he was waiting for her, so.
All right, so I'm here by Tiana's entrance right there. They're loading groups 1 through 5 right now. Crowd has died down a little. Whoever's in a group to be in there is already in there, so it's a little better. Have a little group right there, VIP group, a little tour group. Of course, they probably have Lightning Lane. and someone talking really loud on their phone. It's like you're on a phone. You don't have to talk loud. Just have the other person on the other end raise their volume. They'll hear you fine. Like, why get angry?
Welcome to Tiana Scooters. You have
Thank you.
virtual queue?
Yes, I do.
Perfect.
Woohoo! All right, so here we go. My group got called and going in for the first time. So Tiana's broke down before we even got on it. Actually, didn't get that far after I got in. The line wasn't moving at all, and from what I was hearing, people coming into the queue behind me, the logs were going, but there were no people in it. And then a little bit after that, the announcement came out that there's technical difficulties. So they gave us a lightning lane, which I can use for this if it reopens later, or for another attraction. So there goes my plan of getting this done like right after park opening. Yeah. Just my luck. Water's running.
When ghosts are present, practicing their terror with foolish delight.
So went on Haunted Mansion to kill some time, see if Tiana's Bayou adventure would reopen during that time. Still closed, so I don't know. I have a lightning lane that I can use for it if it reopens, but I don't want to stay here all day waiting to see if that happens. Got a lot of stuff to do back home. So I'm gonna set a limit. It's almost 10 right now. Actually, I think it's a little bit after 10. So I gotta set a goal at a time. If it doesn't open, then just use the lightning lane probably for a 7 Dwarfs Mine Train, since I haven't done that in a while. And this lightning lane will allow me to do that. So, which means that I probably won't get to do Tiana's for quite some time, because 4th of July weekend's coming up. Those are blackout dates for the pass that I have, the Pirate Pass. So it'll probably be a couple of weeks down the line before I get to do it. So I'm gonna give it till 11:30. Tiana's Bayou Adventure hasn't opened by then. I'm gonna use the lightning lane for 7 Dwarfs Mine Train, and then go home after that.
ETA Blue Line. Non-stop service.
Ooh, so it's
Greetings, intergalactic travelers. Welcome aboard the People Mover.
all right, so the
For your
overhead.
safety, if you have wings, jetpacks, or gravity polarizers, please do not take flight while on board. Thank you.
So every time I try to record, something comes up. So it doesn't look like Tiana's Bayou Adventure is going to open.
Tomorrowland Urban Planning.
So it looks like Tiana's Bayou Adventure is not going to open. So after the People Mover, I'm going to go on Seven Dwarfs mine train. Use the lightning lane and get it out of the way.
Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress.
As usual, and so does the carousel. Like progress itself, this theater never stops.
I don't remember Tomorrowland being that loud. Like the noise is really busy today. It's like on both sides. You hear the overhead like that. Both sides at the same time. So I don't remember that. That's maybe I just never noticed it. Wow. It's loud. It's busy. A lot of noise. Alright, so these hats, I have a really bad history with these. I lose them all the time, and it's funny too because I really like the style. One I left at a tiki bar, the other one I can't remember exactly where I left it, but I almost lost this one today. Actually, being in the People Mover going through Tron, there's air conditioning, so it's nice and cool. So I kind of, if I have it on, I take it off right there, and I set it right next to me. It was so nice and cool. I kind of laid back. So when it was time to get off, I'd forgotten that I had set it aside. So I grabbed my backpack, got off. It wasn't until I got to the bottom of the ramp that I realized I left it in the People Mover. So it was either have this be the third one that I've lost and just order another one. I have another one at home, one that I actually found at a thrift shop. And that one's lasted me the longest than any of the other ones. So I was like, just let it go and order another one. So there was a cast member, Serena, at the bottom of the ramp. So I approached her and I told her, it's like, hey, is there a way you can check? I lost my head. She's like, oh no, why would you take it off? It's hot. I'm like, I was going through Space Mountain. It was nice and cool. She's like, no, I get it. I would have done the same thing. So she really went above and beyond, going up the ramp, looking for it, and then she comes down with it. So I gave her a cast compliment through the app. To me, that's going above and beyond. So it's funny that song was just playing. I just saw a couple as I was exiting Tomorrowland. You could tell the iPhone was probably an iPhone 15, looked pretty new, and he dropped it, and she reaches down right away and picks it up, and they spoke Portuguese, but I understood every word, and she was upset. It cracked. A whole argument ensued after that, and I'm taking, they probably just bought it. They're probably here from Brazil, and they hit the Apple store, because I don't know if a lot of people know, products in Brazil, electronics, cost a lot of money. So when tourists from Brazil get here, they kind of swamp a lot of the electronic stores to buy electronics because they pay a lot less, and they're allowed to bring back so much. So they probably just bought that, and she was not happy. All right, so the ever-changing process of redeeming a lightning lane, a complimentary lightning lane. It would always show you the attractions that you could go on and not go on with that lightning lane. And I checked earlier and it showed 7 dwarfs. But the problem is that with all lightning lanes, if they fill out, then it's no longer available. Like earlier I checked and Pirates wasn't on the list, now it is. But also, talking about changes, the last time I got a complimentary lightning lane for an attraction breaking down, I was trying to pair it to an attraction, and I couldn't. So we went to a cast member to ask how to do that, and they told us, no, it's a complimentary lightning lane. You don't need to pair it. Just go to the attraction and you scan your magic band or your ticket. So somewhere along the way that changed. Now you got to pair it to an attraction. And you don't do it early enough, those lightning lanes run out and the attraction is no longer available. So there goes my plan of doing Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, because it's no longer on the list of attractions I can do because the lightning lanes have sold out for the day. How great. So last time I was here, I was trying to have my take a selfie from here with the castle in the background, and there was this family, and the son and daughter were there and just posing and for pictures, and she showed him the picture. He didn't like it. They post again and again and again and again, and here I am waiting for them to get done. I'm not kidding you. Between them and the parents, just when you thought he was done, then she starts posing and she starts complaining about the pictures and reposing it over. And then when you thought they were done, the parents get in there and the same thing. I was here 10 minutes. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. I was here 10 minutes waiting for them to get done. And then the parents decide they want a picture of all of them together. So I've been waiting 10 minutes already. They see that there's people waiting and they're not hurrying it up. They're not moving. So then the son asked me if I could take their picture. I literally said no, and I walked away, and I felt good about it, because that's a dick move of doing that when there's people waiting for a picture to be taken of themselves and you're taking your time. It's like, if you need a picture taken, know what you want, get it done, move on to the next family member, get it done. I get it. Different family members want their own picture and then together. But move. Don't make people wait like that. And this was the angle I wanted that last time I was here. And I did take a selfie this time, by the way, with the castle in the background, just like I wanted. And there's no one waiting. Actually, before I even got here, a family came up and they took their picture. And I stood out of the way, letting them, because I knew they weren't going to take long, and they didn't. They were done. Like the whole family, 2 of the kids, mom and the kids, and that's it. They were done. And dad looking over the wishing well. That was funny. But yeah, it's like don't linger, don't hover. If there's people waiting, take a picture, move on. All right, so wow, there goes my plans for today. You know, this was gonna be my video for Tiana's Bayou adventure on the second day of its public opening, and I got an early number. I got a group 6 to start off, and I thought that was great, because if there's a chance that it's going to break down, it'll probably happen later in the day, but it broke down right away. Like, no one got to go on it today. So now the question, should I take the monorail on the way out? It's too early to be crying, kid. You just made it inside the park. Save it for the end of the day when you want your parents to buy you something. Not right now. So I had to stop and say hi to my friend Robin. And I mentioned her last time. We worked at Innoventions at Disneyland together. So she moved here and she works here now. Just on the way out, just had to see if she was there, and yeah, sure enough. So it's always good to say hi to cast members we work with. Hi. So the question: monorail or the ferry boat to get back to the transportation and ticket center? Express monorail. Mwah, mwah. No bueno.
During our travel, please hold on to the handrail as stay clear of the door. On the brake. One of the newest
All right, so back at the Transportation and Ticket Center. I always get that backwards, by the way. I always call it the Ticket and Transportation Center, and it's the Transportation and Ticket Center. So, I think the tram hasn't gotten here yet, so I think I'm gonna take the tram. I think I thought I heard it, but no, but it's up ahead, the waiting area. There's people there, so that means it hasn't gotten here yet, so I'll do that. I don't feel like walking.
For your safety, remain seated with the doors closed, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside while the tram is moving.
All right, so now I gotta walk all the way right there. Holy Toledo, it's hot today. So, letting the car cool down. Wow, it's hot in there. So, turned on the AC, gonna let it cool down. But it was a interesting morning here at Magic Kingdom. Was hoping to get Tiana's Bayou adventure, and it broke down. No one got to go on it, like literally. Straight off the bat, groups boarding groups 1 through 5. And then I waited just a little bit, and boarding group 6 got called, so I got in line. The line never moved. We were just there, and then the announcement came that, you know, everybody had to leave. And the attraction just broke down from the get-go this morning. So, got to go on Haunted Mansion, which is one of my favorite attractions, and People Mover, so not a bad morning. But I waited to see if it was going to open. It didn't, and it's time to go home. So, until next time, I don't know when I'll be able to go on Tiana's, but at some point in the future, yay!